Hey there. How are you doing? Are you busy perhaps? Ah, were you really sleeping? But it's already 5. The sun is going to set soon. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, it's not really common to still be in bed this late. I guess I'm just worried about your health. Oh no, there's no particular reason why I came here today, really. I was on a walk with my sister when I remembered that you lived nearby and figured I could say hi. Joanne and I agreed on meeting again later today. You don't need to worry about her. If you don't mind my presence here, then I would like to keep you some company, since we haven't been able to catch up with each other for quite a long time now. It's been several weeks since the last time I saw you wandering in the village. Have you been ill? Sort of ill, but not quite. I see. I think. You've been feeling pretty low energy, right? Sounds about right. Sometimes I begin to feel like that too. No, not really. I never went to sleep at 7 in the morning, that I can recall. That doesn't sound healthy at all. You need to get some sunlight. Please, follow me. Let's relax a bit in your yard. Today it's a warm and sunny day, so why not take advantage of it? Doesn't this feel much better already? See? I understand you. It's normal to feel like you're wasting your time like that. But then, isn't that going to become an endless cycle? It'll be really hard at first to get back to your usual productivity. But you should at least start from somewhere, don't you think? After all, time is really precious, especially for a human. I know you always used to work a lot, and that sometimes time management can be really hard. But do you really have a choice? The time you used to spend working endlessly now turned into this huge amount of free time that you spend sleeping. And that is getting in the way of you enjoying your life. Hopefully this makes sense to you. Getting back to full-time work within one day won't do anything good for you. But how about taking a few steps little by little instead? It's not the quantity of time you dedicate to something that determines your productivity or enjoyment, but the quality of the energy you invest in it. I'm sorry. I'll slow down a bit. What I mean is that you've always been a hard worker, just like we said earlier. From what little I know about you, you were always dedicating the same amount of hours to both your leisure activities and your work, trying to balance your productivity and self-care. So as you could see, that ended up not working much in the long run, because you were still feeling tired and burnt out. That's what you just said, wasn't it? Yeah, exactly. It's pointless to optimize your time if you can't optimize your energy first. You're not a machine. Wouldn't it be best to invest 100% of your energy into 60 minutes of work, instead of 5% of your energy in 4 hours worth of half-heartedly done work? That's what I think the real trick is when it comes to the human way of thinking about their work schedule. What do you think? I'm glad you agree. Where did I learn all these things? Actually, a kind woman in black and white once said all this during a sermon. I find her advice pretty interesting, really. Sometimes, her words can also help me feel better, despite the misfortune I always bring with myself. Anyway, let's get back to us. I think changing your mindset will be a great starting point. I know you don't get to spend quality time with your family often, for example. Wouldn't it be best to visit them at least once a week, while actually being fully with them, in both your heart and mind? Plus, you must never forget about your self-care, my dear friend. You need some time to recharge always, and you must not feel guilty for that. Isn't this sunny sky wonderful? How can you deprive yourself of such a sight purposefully? I really like the area you live in, by the way. You're pretty lucky. Well, I think you're pretty lucky to live in a house at all, really. Yes, I'd like that too. But it's fine for me to keep changing residence. I can't allow myself to just stay in a single place. I wouldn't want to ruin my neighbors' lives. You're right. It's quite a miracle that nothing bad has happened so far. But I can't predict when my misfortune will strike. Sometimes it causes problems continuously. Other times, it gives me a break for a few hours. Most of the time, I really don't notice it, though. Usually it's my human acquaintances like you that suffer from it. And for that, I'm really sorry. By the way, how are you feeling? I get that. I often feel that bad as well. But you don't need to worry. It's never too late to change and get a grip on your life again. After all, every new day is like a new birth of the soul. If you notice, you're never the same person that you were the day before. You can become the person you want at any moment. I could always sense some great potential in you. Yes, I do really think so, my friends. By the way, since you are plenty rested for today, would you like to hang out with Joan and I? We were planning on grabbing dinner in the human village, since they're holding some kind of festival. I don't know much about it personally, but every time I found myself attending such an event, the food they served was pretty memorable. Oh, of course. If my misfortune is scaring you and you don't feel like coming, then I will understand. I'm still feeling bad for that kid whose freshly bought ice cream fell on the ground as soon as I walked by. Huh? Really? If you don't mind my powers, then I would love for you to join us. Consider it part of the therapy needed to heal your soul. But please, promise me that once we see you back home, you'll go to sleep and try to wake up at a reasonable time. Doesn't need to be early in the morning at first. I feel like getting up at noon will be a good compromise. What do you think?